7 down with 122 to go against Virginia Tech. Been in some tough situations, and they've battled through them all year.
The Orange moving on to take on Virginia tomorrow. Last night, Notre Dame took care of business against Wisconsin. Tomorrow, the Irish with a monumental challenge, taking on top-seeded North Carolina with a trip to the Final Four on the line. In the NBA, the Warriors hosted the Mavs, going after win number 65. Steph Curry at 33 points, guiding the Warriors to their latest victory.
Rebound Curry. The Mavs bench screaming they thought he got fouled. Curry comes the other way. Curry behind the back, around Pachulia, to the rim, scores again, and a timeout for Dallas.
Tim Roy with the call on KMBR and the Warriors Radio Network. Golden State hosts lowly Philadelphia tomorrow. Warriors now 65-7 with 10 games to play, needing 8 more wins to post the best regular season in NBA history. Glamour matchup on the hardwood tonight. Thunder taking on the Spurs. OKC has won 6 consecutive games. San Antonio 61-11 this year. For all the scores, head over to NBCSportsRadio.com. This is NBC.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that dropping out of high school was my decision. But as a single mom, that decision affected more than just me. To set an example, I had to be the example. I found a free high school diploma program at Learn for Life that fits around my busy life. I have a team of teachers, tutors, and counselors that really care. I learn at my pace in an environment that is safe and comfortable. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
We're pleased to announce progressive political commentator Thom Hartmann, now on weekday afternoons on KCAA.
Elections are not about swaying so-called undecided voters. They're about stirring up the base. The base will bring the undecided voters along with them. They'll do it through social media. They'll do it through talking to their neighbors. They'll do it by talking to people in the workplace.
Original thinker and activist Thom Hartmann joins our lineup weekday afternoons here on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM.
Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company has been serving the greater Inland Empire for over 60 years. For all of your printing needs, from full-color printing to high-speed copying and everything in between, go to Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. Their staff is committed to your total satisfaction. Great service isn't just lip service at Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. It's the way they do business year after year. Having trouble finding drafting supplies? Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company still carries a complete selection. Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company is rated high in customer satisfaction by Value Star, an independent rating company. For all of your personal or business printing, call Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company at 909-792-3478. That's 792-3478, or visit them on New York Street in Redlands off the I-10 and the Crosstown Freeway.
Hello, Gospel World. You have reached Elisa, your host at Switch Reel's Gospel Hour.
Join Elisa every Saturday from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m.
We will be sharing a variety of gospel music, including gospel, gospel jazz, gospel blues, gospel country. Not only will we share the Word of God, but we will have guests on the show that will play a big part in enhancing our lives. Every Saturday,
from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
on KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you know where you are? Well, you've done it now. You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda, your CNBC news station. So expect the unexpected.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Eilon up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt. Hey there, race fans, and welcome to another edition of Gotcha Racing Live with your host. Yeah, your host, me, Joe Britt, coming to you loud and strong from the desert to the sea, from the most powerful station, radio talk station on the IE and on the West Coast. I'm proud to say that because now we're the big dogs with the big stick. We're on 106.5 FM and also 1050 AM. And believe it or not, we're going to throw a twist on you. We're coming in with another station, folks, 102.3 FM. Hey, you know what? That says we're the big dogs with the big stick. Should I say bow wow? Yes. But let me digress a little bit. Hey, folks, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on the shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up and be counted in empire, for this is Joe Britt coming to you loud, clear, and strong. I'll say it again, from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Talk Radio 1050 AM and also 106.5 FM. Hey, folks, race fans, what a great day we're having so far. This is Easter weekend, okay? And I tell you, outside is absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky. The temperature is, I don't know, it's probably about 60. Pagano, what's the temperature? 70 degrees. So, you know what? That's typical Southern California weather. And for a lot of you, that could be some kind of sun tanning. Hey, it's time to turn around. You know, every 12 minutes, you gotta roast one side and turn around and get on the other side. But nevertheless, let me do some house cleaning here. First, I want to say welcome aboard to all you race fans that are listening to the sound of my voice here. Okay, that's my radio voice, okay? All right, a little house cleaning in order here. For those of you that, for some reason, are under a rock, in a tunnel, or in a cave somewhere, and you just can't pick up this great station of ours on your radio, okay, you can call in and listen. That's right. Call in, stay on the phone, and just listen to the conversation here at Gotcha Racing Live. That number is 832-999-1050. Let me repeat that. 832-999-1050. So, you want to call into the studio? The long distance number is 888-909-1050, 888-909-1050. For you local callers, that means you guys are in, Southern Cal, somewhere in the IE area. So, bring up our bill for long distance. Look, the local number is 909-888-5222, 909-888-5222, or 5224, okay? We also have a great website here at KCAA, which is kcaaradio.com. You go there, and you can see you can get our podcast, and see what we've been doing for the past 2 years or so here on Gotcha Racing Live. So, you would go to the front page after you put in, of course, in your address bar, kcaaradio.com, and to the far left, you see the schedule, the weekly schedule. You go to Saturday, because we're on Saturdays, and you look for me, Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live. And from there, you can go to your podcast, and you can just pick and choose. We've been on for a minute, so might learn something, or maybe you missed something that was so cool you want to hear it again. You're going to have to do your little searching and find the date and whatnot and go from there. We also can be found on Facebook under Gotcha Racing Live or Gotcha Racing TV, Facebook. And if you want to email me personally for a question or comment, that is jbritt.kcaa@gmail.com. Now, for all you Gotcha Racing media guys out there, our sister company is Gotcha Racing TV, and we have been producing shows now we're in HD. Before we were in SD. Remember that old days? The old days? Some say back in the day, but nevertheless, we've been shooting for about 17 years now, and we've had stuff go all over the country and different countries. Anyway, for you Gotcha Racing TV fans, you want to drop us something and give us information or whatever, or go to some type of event that you have that you want us to cover, is grtv.media@gmail.com. That's grtv.media@gmail.com for all you Gotcha Racing TV fans. Hey, folks, we have a great lineup today, okay? A great lineup. We're going to talk a little bit about NASCAR. We got some people calling from NASCAR that's been there. That was there. We couldn't be there. We were here running our mouths and giving you the latest information. We have a NASCAR driver calling in, and that would be about 11:30 or so. Felix, the Nighthawk Giles. This guy has a very, very interesting background, and I gotta say it. He's one of the last of the Renaissance men. Like me, I thought I was alone, but nevertheless, I'm looking at this resume, and I am very, very impressed with this young man. So he'll be calling in, and we'll be talking shop. We have a new correspondent coming in. Yeah, you'll be listening to this guy next week. If you can remember, race fans, I was out in Irvine, California at the K1 racing event. And it was a small car show, small venue, but it was pretty cool. Anyway, if you can remember, I was talking with his engine builder, okay? And he's somewhere in Orange County. So guess what? We've been communicating back and forth, and he is going to be one of our correspondents for the engine building. And, a lot of good information. Right now, he couldn't get on the line today because he is in Marietta at a what is that? I forget where I can't regurgitate what he's doing today. Okay, it'll come to me. But next week he'll call in and give us his report of what happening today, okay? And then you'll get to know this guy as we go forward. We also have our tire and wheel specialist calling in from Northern California. He'll be calling in pretty soon. And then we just might be graced with the presence of our other correspondent, which is Chris. And Chris, as you know, he's our road warrior, and he takes care of all our motorcycle information that we need for the street, all the legislation that's coming down from on high, and very knowledgeable cat. So I am really, really happy that we have a full day today. NASCAR was last weekend in our backyard in Fontana at the Auto Speedway off of Cherry, and we're going to have by the way, got another guy coming in, which he'll be calling David Phillips. We go back, and he happened to be there on site. So he'll call in, and we'll talk NASCAR with him for a little bit, and then we'll go on with our show, okay? So let's give you some information about what's going on in NASCAR. I like all forms of racing, but NASCAR, I like that too. I like from drag to drift to NASCAR to even dirt racing. We at Gotcha Racing TV filmed it all, so I really enjoy all motor sports, okay? Anyway, 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series standing. Number 1, you'd have Kevin Hartwick. Okay, he has 195 points. Number 2, Jimmy Johnson. He has 184 points. Number 3, Carl Edwards at 171 points. Number 4 is Kenny Harlan at 170 points. And number 5, Kyle Busch at 170. I was back in North Carolina several years ago, and had a chance to go by his house. Well, drive. We went by the house. We didn't stop and knock on the door or anything, but a nice spread. Okay, so the where will they be seen? 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series schedule. Okay, where we are. 4-3. This is all this year, so I don't need to say 16. They're going to be in Martinsville. Okay. 4-9, going to be in Texas. 4-17, Bristol. 4-24, Richmond. And 5-1, They were going to be in Florida. Talladega, actually. No kidding. No kidding. One of these days, we will get there with our team, and we probably won't be able to film because I think Fox has that all sewed up in a nice little bow. So, but I'm quite sure we can probably get our mics out there and get into the pits and talking with the maybe some of the drivers. Well, not the drivers. Yeah, maybe some of the drivers when it's on media days are talking with their mechanics or even talking with their sponsors and the fans. We will never leave the fans out because without the fans, these venues and these events would not happen, okay, at all. Now, last week we had the top guy from SEMA on, and we were talking about an issue for the off-road folks and also the race fans in general that they meaning the government tried to sneak one by us. So if you went to Facebook, Gotcha Racing Live, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But what we do need you guys to do out there in listening land is to read the information and see how they're trying to trick us. See how they're trying to trick us and see what SEMA is doing for us, and then put your name on that petition. So it's to help us to help you. Okay, that's what it's all about. Okay, so right now let's talk to Chris. I know you're on the line, so hold on, Chris. Hold on. That's our road warrior. Okay, let's talk with David. David Phillips, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
You know what, dude? I'm above ground. Doing quite well. Oh, he even gives you an applaud.
Well, you got to give Mr. Inland Empire applause when he jumps in.
Oh, okay. and you give yourself that own shameless plug. Okay, good.
All the time, brother. All the time.
Okay, so you were at the NASCAR event in Fontana. Okay.
Yes, I was. We were actually able to get full media access, just shy of the access that people like Fox Sports gets that you were just talking about. But we got an all-inclusive access through Inland Empire Explorer and Mr. Inland Empire Media. We got a chance to get out there and interview a driver. We got a chance to be down in pit row from beginning to end, and I actually was able to get out onto the infield, and Jimmy Johnson's car drove right past me as they were leading him up to the winner's circle where he did all his celebrating. So it was really awesome access that the Speedway gave us that day.
Not bad at all, man. I'm not gonna say I'm envious because I don't want you to get the big head, but next time we'll be there.
Well, I did do some plugging for Gotcha Racing with the media people there at the Speedway and let them know that there's an asset that needs to be included in future stuff. So we got your back, brother.
Yeah, you know, right. You're all right, man. You're all right in my book, dude. So now, you did see or you didn't see Danica hit the wall?
I did see. I actually was out at pit row taking still shots with my digital SLR, and I was just taking random photos of the cars as they were driving past the checkered line, and I just happened to catch the photo where Danica got pushed over and ended up flying off into the wall. Actually got two pictures of her skidding around turn one right before she dipped down into the bottom where she ended up jumping out of the car. It was crazy.
Right. So you got a money shot, huh?
I got the money shot, baby, and I've been using that money shot like like it's meant to be used.
I bet you have, man. I bet you have. Not bad, dude. Being at the right place at the right time with the right equipment, right?
Yeah, and it was a good time. It was everybody. I mean, I'm not a NASCAR guy. I was there for the experience, and now I kind of am a NASCAR person. And the one thing about this event versus like football, basketball, baseball is the drivers, everyone's real approachable. Everyone's real, like, it's a real community feeling. You know me having my, show on Kcaa, Let's Talk Community. Everything's about community, about feeling like everyone's included. And especially being around that many drunk people and feeling as safe as I did, that was a really cool event. I had a good time on Sunday.
Well, that's good, man. That's really good. So if you were to qualify that event from 1 to 10, and I know this, I I know the answer, but tell the viewers out there, from 1 to 10, where would you put that experience?
The number 10. It's more, and what's kind of cool is it's more than just they had a concert. They had a little sunrise service for, the people who are believers who still want to get their God in before they get their fun in. They had a full family fun zone. Everything's real just geared around the experience. And I guess you kind of have to have that when you only get to come to town once a year now. But they really, really showed off the speedway. They showed off the sport. It was and like I said, not a race guy. Up until now, really wasn't a fan of watching people going around in a circle, 200 times. But it's actually pretty cool, and the whole atmosphere, the way that NASCAR does things, especially Auto Cup Speedway, it's a beautiful track, an older track. Everyone kept talking about how old it was. It didn't show its age very, very much. It's very well maintained. They do a good job. They keep it safe, and they moved you out of there pretty quick. There's a lot of cars, and it only took me 45 minutes to get out of the parking lot, which ain't bad.
No kidding. What were the speeds that day?
The speeds?
Yeah. What were they hitting? 195?
They were
200?
hitting just about 200 miles an hour.
Okay. Not bad, man. Not bad. You and I are going to have to sit down and talk that over for a minute, and because I like all the feedback, and you're the one that can give it to me, but I don't have time to go into that right now, David, because if I put you on the line, you're going to talk to me forever, and we don't have the time for that. But nevertheless, look, dude, I really appreciate you coming on and telling the community what your experience was on that particular day in Fontana for the NASCAR event. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it.
All right, have a good day.
Take care. Okay. All right. So that was David Phillips out of Rialto, California. All right. Let's go to our, the Road Warrior, Chris. I guess that's number 1. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, Chris, are you there? Going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Oh, you sleep at the wheel, man, or what?
You know what? I need to say that I accidentally disconnected myself and then just recalled in, and JP's on the ball and just sent me right into the other.
Okay. How you feel?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. So,
enjoying the show so far, man. Sounds good.
Well, great. Now, for the race fans out there and the listeners, we're talking to our correspondent, Chris, the Road Warrior. Now, Chris has a ton of information, and he always has you got a large listener base too of motorcycles and the motorcycle industry. So, without further ado, brother, what you got for us today?
Hey, I got a couple things. Let's see what we got for time here. But first one I want to ask you, Joe, is if I told you to drive your car at 55 miles per hour on the freeway, blindfolded, for the length of a football field, what would you think?
How much you paying me?
Yeah. Basically, would you do it for nothing?
Oh, for nothing, no. I do, no. Now you know me. Not for something, no.
Well, no, I know you. I just want to qualify what I'm about to talk about here.
All right, you got me. I'm listening. You got me now. What's up?
Hundreds, if not thousands of people do this every single day.
Doing what? Doing what?
Driving blindfolded at 55, 65, 70 miles per hour for over the length of a football field on the freeway every day.
How's that?
If you are sending a text or reading an email while you are driving, it takes you approximately 4.5 to 5 seconds for your eyes to be off the road completely. And in that time, at 55 miles per hour, you are traveling over a football field tonight.
Okay, you know what? That's good. I was wondering where you're going with this, but that makes absolutely sense. Okay, go ahead. You got me. I'm listening.
So now, if you were to say we're in another car because of this, not good. Your insurance goes up, so on and so forth. But if you were to rear-end a motorcycle while doing this, obviously the consequences are catastrophic for everybody. And all I'm saying is, for those who are out there still doing this, stop it, because you're literally driving blindfolded for that length of time when you do this. Not only that, but if you're also looking at other things, your GPS, other functions in your car and stuff, you got to remember that, our brains work on 3 bases, physical, emotional, and cognitive. And, physical is taking your eyes off the road. That one's a no-brainer. Emotional, we're always told about, don't drive mad, don't drive angry, because you're not thinking, you're not making good judgments, decisions. But the cognitive, that is if you're taking your mind, your attention away from what you should be doing, which is driving or riding a motorcycle. I'm not going to rule us out either on this. It takes about 2 extra seconds on top of the activity for your mind to go, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be, making sound decisions here, looking at the road. So now, on top of that 4.5, 5 seconds, you're looking at another 2 seconds of the brain locking back into what it's supposed to be doing. So we're traveling even a further distance, and our minds are not on the road. So that, is probably one of the biggest causes of grand accidents everywhere, not just in California or the United States, but all over, is, taking our minds off of what we should be doing.
Okay, so that's actually this is a PSA, a public service announcement from the Road Warrior.
Big time. Okay. And what I want to tie that into is, if you are a writer, and trying to deal with, we deal with all the stuff in front of us, and what we have little control of is the things that are going on behind us. So if you got somebody back behind you who's not really paying attention to such, might be creeping up on you, as you're driving along, and all of a sudden you got a tailgater. So for that individual who's just not paying attention, maintain your speed, tap your brakes a few times. Maybe the flash of your brake light will get them to snap out of it and go, oh, sorry, guy, I'm a little too close to you, and they'll back off. Other types are just the aggressive drivers.
Oh, that's
people
called,
want to intimidate you.
That's called a brake check, right?
Yeah, a brake check, exactly. Maybe give a little swerve when you do it at the same time, so your lights aren't just sitting in a dead zone in their mental blind spot, so to speak. So that's for the other guy, the aggressive driver, the one that's trying to intimidate you, to just, get out of the way or whatever. Well, when you get the opportunity, after you've done the brake check, and, the important part about the brake check is maintain your speed. Don't slow down when you do that. But for the other guy, when you get the opportunity, wave him around,
Okay.
Give him the opportunity to pass you and get out of the way. Even if you have to pull off the side of the road, if you're on a mountain road or whatever, it's well worth your own safety to take that extra few seconds to do that and get them off your tail and let them get around you.
You know what, man? You always call with some good information. You have never, ever let us down. Not once. Not even once, dude. So I appreciate you, man. I really do. And I know that the listenership out there appreciate you also, because you have some really... I know you're digging into your bag of tricks and you're bringing all that stuff out, and I don't want it all at one time.
It's a pretty deep bag.
Don't want it all at one time, but you know something? Thank you, dude, and thank you for being you, okay? And thank you for being on our team here at Kcaa Racing Live.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm enjoying it. I really appreciate y'all welcoming me into the family and letting me be here and giving me the opportunity to try to, if one person can exercise one thing that I say that helps them save their life, then you know what? I can't ask for any more than that.
Spoken like a true hero. Okay, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care, bro.
Take care. All right, JP, we got to pay some of these the bills that we do have. Folks, we still have a great on-tap interviews coming up. I believe we have Mr. Giles on the line, and right after this, we're going to talk to our wheel and tire specialist, and then we'll go into our interview with Mr. Giles. All right, this is Joe Britt, Kcaa Racing Line. We'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on KCAA, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 a.m. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
Sie hören jetzt Kcaa Racing live mit Ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه Kcaa Racing هستی با صدای جو بریت.
You're listening to Kcaa Racing live on KCAA 1050 AM with Joe Britt. Now get to the chopper. Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, folks, we're back in the driver's seat, and this is your host, Who am I? I'm Joe Britt at Kcaa Racing Live on a great Saturday afternoon. We got a lineup for you, I tell you. Right now, let's go to our correspondent. He's our wheel and tire correspondent in Northern California, and 18 years of background, so it's no joke. The guy knows what he's talking about. Hey, Andre, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing excellent this morning, Joe. How are you doing?
You know what, man? I'm above ground. I'm putting one foot in front of the other. As long as I go forward and don't do two steps backwards, I'm good. Real good.
Right.
What you got for us today, buddy?
First, giving honor to God who's the head of my life.
I got you.
Today's topic is torquing your wheels. You want to torque your wheels. You know, when you get custom wheels, you want to have them torqued on. I see a lot of shops that put wheels on with impact wrenches or guns, and that really messes up your studs. Or if you're doing the lug bolts, it strips out the insert. So what you want to do is always torque the wheels. Have the shop torque the wheels. If they don't have a torque wrench, tell them don't tighten it down so much. Hand tighten it. Then take it home for you mechanics and stuff. Take it home and torque it yourself, because the last thing you want to do is get out on the freeway and can't get that lug nut off.
I've been there, man. I almost broke a tooth trying to get something off. Well, tell me something. On an average vehicle, pound per square inch, was it? What do you put your torque wrench at?
Well, it depends on each vehicle. They range from 70 pounds, per square inch, and 90 on 80 to 90 on your lug bolts. Like if you have a Mercedes or BMW, it's different. You really want to make sure you torque those right, because if you don't, it's a lug bolt, and it'll strip out the insert in there. Then you got to get a new spindle and everything else. So you want to make sure that's torque right. Because
okay, so Andre, hold on. So we're talking versus the bolt versus the nut. Different.
The bolt.
Okay,
the bolt is more. You torque that one more. Well, you have the specs in your vehicle. Most of the time in the trunk, I think it has the torque sequence. You want to make sure you do the sequence right too, because a lot of times people go just a clock, counterclockwise or clockwise, and that's not the right way to do it.
No kidding.
You want to go top, bottom, cross like that. But the sequence is in your trunk of your car, or in your owner's manual, or in the service manual.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that that's tightened down. And my thing is, I'll have the customer drive around and then bring it back so we can retorque it, because you have, just say something on the hub. It might be rusted or something, and loosen up the lug nut, and we can retorque it again to make sure it's, after it's settled down.
You know what, dude? That's called service with a smile. To do
Yeah.
like that.
But you, Joe, as we talk, you don't want people out on the freeway. Now, he trying to figure it out. He said, no, you didn't cause major damage on something that could have took you, 5 minutes to do. So safety is number one. Because lives are precious. You can't replace a life. So, and wheels are, that's important on the car. If your wheel come off, you have no control. So people, they put any kind of wheel or any kind of car that won't fit and torque it down with an impact gun. I mean, it'd be so tight. And then most people don't even know the foot pounds on the impact. I asked the guy the other day, hey, what's the foot pounds on that? He don't know. It might be 130.
Wow.
So, and then I had a couple of incidents where they tightened it down too tight and the whole middle of the wheel busted out. Because,
you know what? I guess it would be something, Andre. I guess it would be something if you're driving, but to see your wheel passing you, right?
Oh man, that's not too good. You don't want that. So it's better to take out the time for your customers or for yourself. A guy, us garage mechanic. It's good to torque it down. Just don't hand tighten it. We were always taught when I was growing up just to hand tighten it. But I'm stronger than the next person, so when they go to get it off, they couldn't get it off. So it's very important to torque it.
I got you. You know what, dude?
And sequence.
So
that'll really save lives and, the headache and the lawsuits and all that stuff. So make sure you do that.
I got you. You know what? I got to say, welcome to the family, man. You
okay?
Since hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Since you have been on with us here at Kcaa Racing Live, you have brought to the table a lot of good information, dude, for the auto enthusiasts, And I tell you, man, I am so thrilled to have you as one of our correspondents for the wheel and tire industry. So, Andre, thank you very much, and thank you for being you, man. Thank you for being you.
Thank you for accepting me in the family. And God put us together. How we met, that was a blessing. So
I know that's
just love cars, and I like to share the information because a lot of this information that a person researches on, people don't know. So they have to learn from their own mistakes when we didn't already made them. So there's no need of them making it. So it's very good to be in the family, and I appreciate everything, and God bless you.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself, man. Have a good Easter, and we'll talk with you soon.
Too. All right.
All right. That's Andre, and Andre is our correspondent for our wheel and tire. For the wheel and tire industry, actually. Hey, folks, guess what? We don't have time for the commercials or anything, Joe, so we're going to go right to the man of the hour. We have Felix, the Nighthawk Giles, on the line. Dude, how you doing?
Hey, great to hear from you, Joe.
Oh, man, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on our show on a Saturday. You know what? I know you Googled me and I Googled you, but I'm telling you, I am so impressed with your resume, dude. You're the last on the Renaissance guys, man. You do some of everything, And I thought, okay, we'll talk to this guy. He's a NASCAR driver. He's been driving in the Baja racing. But, dude, submarines also, a Navy career. Wait, and a professor. Dude, come on. Tell us, Giles, tell us who you are.
I just try to be the Indiana Jones of racing.
Well, dude, let me tell you, looking at this, I am very impressed. So, with now you are driving in the Craftsman NASCAR Truck Series, right?
Well, that was a while back. I did the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and I was the first black to compete in that. and also the first to do the Baja 1000 in Mexico and off-road. So made history a couple of times, made my parents proud, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do mostly.
Felix, what type of politics is involved in that, man? And you being the first, I know it's always hard, being the first one out there doing what you love to do. But I always wondered about the politics that goes behind that business. Was it extremely tough for you? I know you did it, so I know you know how it went. I'm just wondering, extremely tough, or was it mediocre tough?
Well, racing is probably the last great bastion of sport that black folks haven't gone out and conquered. If we're given the opportunity, we always do extremely well. I don't care whether it's golf, tennis, basketball, football, it doesn't matter, even swimming now and gymnastics. But the situation is one of you don't race unless you have sponsors, and they've made it kind of difficult for the black guys and girls to get sponsorship out there, and it makes it extremely hard. When I first came into off-road, it was no issue at all. It was more of a family type situation, but NASCAR was a different story. And when you have the owner of NASCAR, Bill France, when they asked him, how do you feel about Felix Giles, the Nighthawk coming into the Craftsman Truck Series, and do you feel that it'll make a difference? And his answer was, when they asked him if they would embrace the black fans coming, to NASCAR, and his answer was, well, I don't need the black fans. My fans are always full. And why don't he go and play basketball, football, and one of those sports, And so it caused everybody to jump up in arms from every, black group that was fighting for the causes to some of the white folks that didn't want me to be there. And it caused a big stink. And all I wanted to do was race. So I didn't jump into the middle of all that. I kind of stayed out of the fray and just went and raced.
You know what, man? That's it's all about money talks in this game, dude. Racing, and sure enough, the person who or the companies that put you in would be the sponsors. And if the sponsors have a different view on how they want the field to look, I would say it's pretty difficult getting in. Even at this level, when we are doing filming and whatnot, getting out there, we're always. I have a diverse group, my guys, and but they look at me being the head, and it's back east. It's difficult, and so I know know what you're talking about, and it's unfortunate, but America still has some growing to do, and I think we're on our way. I believe they put in charge a black guy as vice president of NASCAR, if he's still there, but he's I've met a wonderful guy, and he's made some changes.
I put together a diversity plan for NASCAR, and it was submitted to George Washington University, who gave their approval on it with their doctorate program. It was submitted to NASCAR, and they basically said it wasn't worth the paper it was written on. And so then all of a sudden, some of my ideas came up being used a little bit later down the line. So, that kind of made a few changes and, broke a few hearts. But the situation is, if given the opportunity, we get out there and we just try to make a difference. And there were a lot of folks that disrespected the fact that I didn't go and whine and make a big issue of it. All I wanted to do was race. But unfortunately, the climate that we have in this country is still one of racism. It's not the hooded racism that was around when I was a kid, that, where you could recognize all of the races, it's gone underground. And it's, the people that do your taxes, the people that are your bosses, the people that do different things that, can truly have an effect on your daily life. And so it's still out there, and it's still hard. And if it wasn't, we would see a lot of black faces out there racing. And if you notice, there aren't that many.
Yeah, hopefully when America starts to grow up a little bit more and they realize that there's only one race of people on this planet and we're all humans, once they read the memo and understand it and then can digest it, there would be a better feel across the board in everything in America. And we can work as one team and go forward with America's promise that they put in the Constitution. But nevertheless, we don't get off track. Hey, dude, Nighthawk, where'd that come from?
Well, when I started in off-road racing, I had no clue that I was going to be the first black to race in off-road. I started at the bottom of the totem pole as a pit and support person, and then a chase person where, you actually chase the race vehicle down the course, and when he needs help, you turn in to help him, and pretty much you're driving almost as fast as the race vehicle in order to shadow him. And I ended up out driving some of the race vehicles in a stock vehicle, and Rick Simon, who was a racer, decided that he was going to give me a shot. I started racing, and the first time I raced, all the press was there, and they said, "Oh, the moment you cross this line, you become the first black in history to do it." And it was like becoming the first, person or the 1 millionth person at Disneyland. I just lucked into it. But 1 year I didn't have a sponsor, and so I decided to volunteer in an emergency air rescue and communications plane, and I ended up helping to save several lives in the Baja races. And so they said, we need to give this guy a name since he's done all these wonderful things to help us. And so the first name they gave me was Angel in the Sky, and people looked at me and said, wait a minute, this guy's no angel. And so it was a joke. This guy that worked for B.S. Goodrich, basically, I think it was Dan Newsom's brother, basically said, well, let's see, he's a black guy and he flies in an airplane. And so the name Nighthawk was born, and the first time they used it over the airwaves and everything else was when Buzz Cohn was killed in off-road race, and we were instrumental in trying to save his life, but his injuries were just too tragic and traumatic, and so we couldn't save him. But the L.A. Times did a story on the Nighthawk, and then the name had to stick with me because it was a front-page story.
Not bad. Not a bad story. Not a bad story. So as of right now, what's on your plate, man?
Well, I do a ton of things for 3 different causes. I was injured pretty bad in the Baja 1000. I flipped over 6 times end over end. We're in 3rd place, and real bad crash. I had 2 cracked vertebrae in my neck and arm, shoulder, ribs, lower lumbar, and heart damage, and had me down for 2.5 years.
Wow.
So been trying to work my way to get back out there to find someone to believe that I can get back out there again, and and not look at me as damaged goods. But during this time, I spent a lot of my effort working with autism because I've raised 2 autistic kids for 8 years, and also for wounded warriors because I'm a submarine veteran and a Vietnam era vet. And the last, I have a son with cancer, so I do a lot of stuff for cancer.
Okay. I'm always looking for that diamond under rock, man, and a diamond that needs to be polished. You are that diamond. I'll put this out there. I like to help you in your endeavors, okay? Whether it's by either my production company, Gotcha Racing TV, ours here, running my mouth, and having you come on and talking to the community. Let me know what you need from me to help you, okay, to go forward. You said you want to get back into the game. Let me help you.
Well, of course, I would love to get back into the game. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's a little different for me now, because when I raced before, that was all for me, But when you get out there and you start helping people, then you realize that if you have a greater platform, you can help even more people. That's what racing would do for me now. Not only would I get the opportunity to try and make history again, but I would be able to help. I guess I do more work right now for the wounded warriors and a lot of the homeless veterans that are out there. And this would just give me a bigger platform to try and give them the help that they need. And so I want to get back out there and race. I want to make history again. It's very difficult with this economy to find sponsorship, but if the story's told and people have the vision, there are folks that can see the value in getting someone like me out there.
What words of encouragement would you have for youngsters that got the bug, that want to do what you've done in the automobile industry, racing-wise? What can you tell them?
Well, right off the bat, find mentors that have been in the game so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Listen to these guys that have experienced it. I don't care what color they are. There's a lot of guys out there that are willing to help. All you have to do is have the bug. Being a motorhead pretty much doesn't have a color on it. If you get around the right people and you do what it takes to respect the sport and you're willing to do the hard work and not expecting someone to just give you something and have it put on a silver platter in front of you, you can make this happen. But you have to understand that this is not the easy game. It's a game that's going to take hard work. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take understanding that there's so many folks trying to get into the game. You have to be able to step up and do something different that will catch the eye of someone willing to give you that opportunity. But the biggest thing is you have to truly believe in what you want to do, and you have to put in, you have to do your diligence to make it happen. And that pretty much works with just about anything you're trying to do in life. But in racing, you gotta understand your life depends on you getting the right training, having the right mentors, having the right ability and everything to stay safe and not get killed or hurt out there. But, it's an open world out there for you, and you can definitely make it happen. You have to believe.
The kids that are coming up, they have to understand you got to put the work in. Nothing's going to fall in your lap at all in America. You got to put the work in. No ifs and buts about it. Yeah, so they have to understand that too. A lot of the kids, we try to make it easy for them by giving them this and giving them that. No, I think we need to stop giving our kids everything and make them start earning it. And it's almost like I say this: if you found a $20 bill in the street, you're going to spend it. If you're digging a hole for that $20, you're going to hold on to it. So it's all about putting the effort in and making it yours, actually. So if now, Giles, if I were able to get a group of youngsters that would like to get into racing, and they would just like to listen to a person such as yourself, and so that now that you become a mentor, are you game for that?
Well, I'm always game for it. I do a lot of it now, and it makes a difference. What I try to let them know, because I do a lot of speaking in the school system and everything else, and what I try to let them know is how important education is right off the bat, because a lot of folks don't understand that anything that you're trying to do in life, the key to it is education. And if you at least have that basis, there's so many things that you can learn and conceptualize if you have education. But you'll find that there's a lot of old racers out there willing to help the kids and make a difference. We all have our crazy stories, and we all love sharing them. But folks like yourself, look at what you've done. You've gotten big accomplishments and situations have been in front of you that you've had to walk around, get through in order to make your situation successful. And so you give me the opportunity. I'm pretty good. I'm a teacher anyway. I'm a college professor, and I taught engineers, and I was a naval instructor. So teaching is what I do best.
Absolutely.
But, given the opportunity, I'll help you out any way I can.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Now, for those of you who want to know a little bit more about Felix, the Nighthawk Giles, Felix, give us some a website or information where they can go and find out a little bit more about you.
Well, my website is nighthawkracing.com, and of course there's Wikipedia pages. There's probably over 300 pages written about me on the internet, and so there's enough information out there. Thank goodness there's no bad information. I try to live a pretty clean life. Never done drugs, not a smoker, not a drinker, and try to do what I can to make a positive difference. You just can't get out there trying to teach kids if you're not the example that they need.
You know what, dude? You're one of the good guys out there, and I really appreciate you coming. You calling in on a Saturday. I know this is the holiday weekend for a lot of folks, but you took the time to.
Well, it's for you, Joe. You're one of the good guys. We have to support the good guys. Without the good guys, there's so many things that never have the opportunity to happen.
Wow. Thank you. Coming from you, brother. Hey, listen, man, folks out there, this has been, I'm really shocked. I feel so great talking to you, and I know we only have a couple of seconds left. Thank you, Felix. Thank you. And I will keep in contact with you, man. And, thank you very much. Folks, this is Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing, live here on Kcaa Talk Radio. We're at 106.5 FM, and we're also on 1050 AM, soon to be 102.3 FM. So we're the big dogs carrying the big stick in the IE. We're here every Saturday at 11 o'clock, and we try to bring it to you just like the baker does on a Sunday morning with those hot croissants and hot bagels and whatnot, giving it to you hot straight off the chart here. Hey, this has been Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live. Let's check with JP. What we got there, JP? 1 more minute left. I got a young man. Thank you, Felix. Thank you very much. I got a young man next to me. You didn't think I was going to call your name, huh? Now, I'm always trying to get the kids from below and bring them up, So this young man next to me I met about 3 months ago, and here he is sitting in the booth with me, being very quiet. There is TJ. Well, hi to the audience.
Hey.
Enjoying yourself so far?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, okay. Learning anything?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you on that, Joe. Hey, it's been a pleasure to be here on a Saturday afternoon, actually. Saturday morning, and talking with you and conversing with the public out there. Same bat time, same bat station, next Saturday here at 11 o'clock. Take care. God bless. Have a good tomorrow.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
And then there were 8. Kate Delaney, NBC Sports Radio. Let's dive right into it. How about Syracuse? Gonzaga no more with a 63-60 victory on Friday. Jim Boeheim, the coach of the Qs, credits the Orange.
I think everything you do all year long helps make you a better team. We fought back many times this year. We were 7 down with 122 to go against Virginia Tech. Been in some tough situations, and they've battled through them all year.
Then we move on to Virginia and Iowa State. How'd that finish?
The inbounds pass comes to Curvin. Time runs out. And for the first time in better than 2 decades, the Virginia Cavaliers have advanced to the Elite Eight with a dominating performance against